Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn with PBR. In this video, I'll show you how I modeled this stylized hammer in Maya, step by step. Let's get started. With a cube, move it just above the grid. This gives us a clean base to work with. Now scale the cube along the X and Z axes. We're going for that thick, blocky shape that feels like a hammer head. Watch how I adjust the proportions. I'm keeping it short in height but wide and heavy looking. You can tweak the size a little depending on how stylized you want your hammer to look. Next, hold down Shift and right-click to bring up the marking menu. Then choose Insert Edge Loop tool. Start adding edge loops around the cube, just like I'm doing here. These loops will help us define the shape better and give us more control for detailing later on. Right-click on the mesh and switch to face mode. Now, select the two corner faces on the front, one on the left and one on the right. Press Ctrl+E to extrude both faces outward. Make sure the shape feels balanced, not too far, just enough to add form. After that, press Ctrl+B to bevel those new edges. Then adjust the fraction to smooth out the corners and give the hammer a more refined, finished look. Now let's add a bit more detail to our hammer. Create a small cylinder and move it up above the main hammer block. Carefully position it right at the center on top. This will act as a decorative or connecting part. You can rotate or scale it slightly if needed, just to make sure it sits cleanly and looks well balanced. Now let's duplicate the cylinder we placed on top of the hammer. Press Ctrl+D to duplicate it, and move the new one down to the bottom side of the hammer. Take your time to position it properly and scale it down slightly so it fits the shape and doesn't feel too large. Once it's aligned and looks right, press Ctrl+D again to create another duplicate. This one will form the start of the handle grip. Scale it vertically to make it longer, enough to look like a solid grip, and position it directly under the hammer. Now, one final duplication. Press Ctrl+D again, and move this one to the very bottom of the grip. Now that we've modeled all the parts, it's time to give our hammer some color. Start by right-clicking on the mesh and choosing Assign New Material. From the list, select Lambert. It's a basic material that works well for simple color previews. Once assigned, open the attribute editor and choose a base color. For the hammer head, I'm picking a dark metallic gray to match that heavy, forged look. Now, repeat the same process for the other parts. Right-click on each mesh, assign a new Lambert material, and apply a color that fits your style. For the handle grip, I'm going with a deep brown, something that feels like worn leather. The decorative caps at the top and bottom can be a slightly brighter metal color, maybe silver or gold, to give it a bit of contrast. Feel free to adjust the tones, experiment with shades, and make it match your own imagination. Don't rush this part, the right colors will really bring your model to life. And just like that, our stylized Thor hammer is complete, fully modeled, detailed, and colored. I think I'll make a few changes to the iron part of the hammer to better match the look I'm going for. Feel free to do the same. You can adjust the color, shape, or material until it fits your style. And with that, this is our final output, a fully modeled and styled Thor hammer, ready to go. Thanks for watching. This is Learn with PBR, subscribe for more.